Welcome back to my spiritual healing journey, Lotus Evolutions 369. It's your girl Lotus on the table, aka Cynthia. Okay, so I was sitting here and I was like, I want to record a video. I have things to do. I have a lot of things to do. Things that I have let slide or fall to the wayside, right? And I told myself to get up and get these things done. And I really just wasn't feeling it because my body was not cooperating, right? I wasn't feeling the best. My stomach been hurting. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, I understand. My body's changing and I'm, taking care of myself to a degree. Yet I just felt like under the weather. Anyway, I digress. What I have learned during that time is that my ailments, my illness, even though it was short, thank God, my reluctancy to do my task was actually the result of my ailment. Right? No, actually, I'm saying that backwards. My ailment was the result of my reluctancy to do my task. Thank you. So I wanted to record this video because, like I say, I like to record my healing. This page is called My Spiritual Healing Journey. So as I recognize or realize something, I record it to share what I'm learning. Okay? So this is what I wrote, and it's just, and I'm probably gonna channel this whole message because that's most of my videos anyway. They channeled. So I wrote this message, and it was funny because I was like, why did I write this? And then I was like, oh, that's my recording. Okay. It said, did you know that your priorities rely on you? That things only get done when you do them. Okay? Now, it's wait today, right? That's all I wrote in the paper. I ain't writing nothing else. That's all I wrote. Right? That's all I wrote. So, I was like, okay, it's levels today. Let's go through the first level. Let's go through the levels because it's levels today, right? Your priorities are your responsibilities. The task that you have to complete, or the task that you have committed yourself to completing, obligated yourself to completing. Like you committed yourself to having to do it, right? You came into contract. Thank you. You came into contract with yourself or with others to complete or perform this action. You agreed to do this action within a set amount of time. Right? And sometimes it don't necessarily have to be time. It's just you agree to do this action, or you agree to perform this behavior, or whatever the case. You agree to the job, whatever. Right? So if you agree to it, you have therefore made yourself responsible for it. Right? Which means it is now a part of your list of, or your task to do things, which in essence becomes part of your priorities, the things that you are responsible for that have a deadline too, right? Because like your priorities, yes, you're responsible. Like my priority are my children. There's no deadline to that. Children are 24/7. My priority is my employment, right? There's deadlines there, so it's different. That's why I said it's kind of levels to it, right? So what you have to do to help yourself, and I'm talking to myself, and y'all, whoever listening, what you have to do is motivate yourself to move, to complete those priorities. You have to find it within yourself to put some level of weight or concern towards that task or thing that needs to be done, or that priority, so that it can be performed or completed. Because if it's not completed, then there is backlash, right? So when you do something, you have to follow through. You can't start and then stop. Yes, you can gain momentum, like as you start and then you kind of like, however, you are slowing. You don't want to slow down so much that you start going backwards. Think of like a rock or a boulder that you're pushing up the hill. It's okay to give way and let the weight come back a bit, right? However, you don't ever want to go back so far that it's rolling backwards. You want to be able to catch it and keep going, right? So it's like they say, ride the wave. Here we go. Bro, why every time I start recording, I get the giggles, y'all? I don't know why I get the giggles and I get the laughing and shit. It's funny because it's like, I don't know. But you have to ride the wave, right? You have to keep moving. And that's not always easy when you're exhausted or when you're tired or when, you have 11,000 things to do. So the best way to face it head on is to complete the task right there at hand, instead of allowing those tasks to pile up. Now, some things can't be done right at that moment, right? Some things need more time, need more preparation, right? Or you have to schedule or routine yourself, organize yourself, because everything stems from you, because it's your story. You have to organize yourself in such a way that it's beneficial to you. And that's not in the sense of being selfish. That is in the sense of actually being self-aware, paying attention, my eyes and my ears, paying attention to the things that are around you, right? So I'll give you an example to help you better understand exactly what I mean, right? To elaborate a little bit more, to go a little bit deeper. Like my original routine, I change my routines all the time. I change my routines according to my life. My life changes, so change routine. However, I'll give you an example of one of my old routines. So I used to get up at 4 o'clock every morning. I used to walk my dog, right? I used to come back in the house. I would exercise or shower, make myself something to eat, hang up laundry if I had to hang up laundry, right? Or wash clothes if I had to wash clothes. Go wake the kids up. Get this, especially my little one, get his clothes together so he has something to wear. Because a lot of times he just be wearing anything. We can't do that. Right? Then make sure that my daughter has all of her things together. Right? Make sure that they actually are ready to go when it's time to leave out of the house. Take my own shower, because sometimes I don't take my shower when I'm saying I'm going to, because I wind up getting distracted doing something else with one of the kids. Take my own shower, because I used to always, and I also used to try to take my shower last, because I'm the last one to leave the house. I know how long it takes me to get together, how long it's going to take for me to be prepared to get myself where I need to be, right? Then grab everything, get in the car, and leave and go to work. And I used to do this all in the morning and leave my house by no later than 6 o'clock, 6:30 at the latest. And I'll go to work. And that was my morning routine, right? And then I was like, my routine's changing because either I'm not eating, I'm staying up later, I have extracurriculars that I might have to go to with the children or myself. I might have, and a couple of times I was working my second job because I had 2 jobs at the time, right? And I was just running. And then eventually I got tired and my routine was no longer the same. So I say all this because I know I feel like I'm jumping around when I'm really not. I promise you I'm not. I say all this to say because when I had this routine going, things are working for me. I was consistent. I was completing the things that needed to be completed at the time. I wasn't thinking about it. I was just doing it because that's what I knew it needed to be done. When we start harping over the things that need to get done instead of just doing the things that need to get done, we cause ourselves stress and anxiety. And to help us get out of that stress and anxiety, which leads to panic attacks and things of that nature, you have to reprogram yourself. You have to rediscipline yourself. You have to set new goals, right? You have to figure out your new pattern because we change. Our patterns change, which is why 9:33. Which is why, and my son knocked on the door, it's confirmation. Hold on, please. We have to identify the pattern that works for us at that time, adapt to it, adjust to it, allow it to keep us where we need to be. And if we need to make adjustments, learn how to make the adjustments along the way. Because, like I said, sometimes I would take my shower first and then go get the kids up, and it still wouldn't You know what I'm saying? And then I had to alternate and take my shower after that, after the fact. So I had to learn in the midst of what I'm doing. So I established the routine first. I put the routine into practice. I recognized the flaws in the routine. I made adjustments where necessary. And I continued moving forward. When I deviated from this routine, all hell broke loose. I'm like, what? What happened? What happened? I took my eyes off of the prize. Right? The prize is your end goal. Your priorities help you to meet your end goal. It helps you to take the steps that you need to take to hit your end goal. So when I recognized and realized where I fell off, or what deviation I made in my journey and my process and my learning, I corrected it. I went back to that moment and I said to myself, okay, I recognize that when I was doing these are the things that were happening for me. This is how my situation was playing out. This is how my finances were looking. This is how my work life was, lifing. This is how my home life was homing, right? When I stopped doing this is the result. When I stopped doing that, this is the result. I started actually seeing and recognizing concrete information, concrete evidence in my actual experience that altered or changed the outcome in my actual life. And when I got tired of that outcome or those outcomes, I fixed it. I went back to the point where, well, what was going on differently in that area that is going on now? What was going on back then that's going on, or what's going on now that was not going on back then? And so when you start making those, realizations, thank you. When you start making those realizations, you start to change your pattern. You start to change your behavior. You're changing your coding. You're changing your processing, right? I always tell people your brain is a computer. So you're building your computer. As you grow, as you live, as you evolve, as you change, you're building your processing. You're building your awareness. You're building your intuition. You're building your understanding. You're building your conscious awareness of things. You're changing. You're maturing. You're growing up. And a lot of times we don't like to grow up because we think that in growing up that we're going to lose something or miss something. Sometimes you need to lose something. Sometimes you need to miss something. Sometimes you need to be taken away from it. Sometimes it's important for you to be taken away from it. Like I'm getting a scripture where God protected you from things and places and words and things that you did not need to hear. He heard things that you did not hear because he was in rooms that you were not in. And he can decide, and I'm hearing you, the universe can decide which way you're going to navigate or which way you're going to go or what door or portal it's going to open for you. What pathway is it going to open for you based on where you are and who you are at that point in time in your life. So if you're not making the adjustments and the changes to grow, to evolve, to change, to be different, to recognize or come into those realizations, what makes you think you're going to be allotted the pathways that are going to help you flourish in the way that you once were or in the way that you would like to? You really have to do a first-hand account of yourself and a reflection of yourself to recognize the steps that you've taken, to recognize your journey, to recognize your behavior, to recognize, your past, your pattern. The only way for you to learn is to pay attention to what the fuck you're doing, right? Earth is school. So every day we get up and we go outside, we're at school. We're learning something. I tell my kids and I tell people all the time, like, it's not just a physical world, it's a spiritual world. And you're moving in the spiritual world just as much as you're moving in the physical world every day throughout the course of the day. What lessons are you learning? Like today, I realized for myself, I need to fall back when it comes to my co-teaching. I need to be able to give my artists more time to grow, more time to lead, right? The only way you're going to be able to lead and make the or make the mark, I'll say it like that, make the mark, is to practice it. You have to master it. In order to master it, you have to see what's being done. You have to understand why it's being done. You have to jump in or step in or make suggestions, right? And like, you have to understand and know how to do it. And it's not always easy, because sometimes you got to know how to read the room. Read the room. Read the energy. Read the space. And it's like, I'm just learning so much. On my day today, I'm learning so much. I'm learning where I need to grow and evolve as a teacher. I'm learning where I need to be better at being a partner when it comes to working with people. I'm learning that I need to trust real people, because sometimes people give you warnings and you got to learn how to, like, not take it personal. But take the message, right? Take the message. All right? Heed the warning. Thank you. Heed the warning. That's what I was looking for. Sometimes you gotta learn how to heed the warning. Okay? What else? Is there anything else? Yeah, just heed the warning. And back to because I say things only get done when you do them. Things only get done when you do them, but you have cancel. But however, you have to understand that you are the one that's always doing something. So things only get done when you do them. That is because you're consciously making the decision or choice to do said action or behavior. So if you're thinking too much, you're not going to do what needs to be done, because you're thinking about what needs to get done and not actually doing it, not actually applying it. It only gets done when you do it. It only happens when you perform the task to cause it to happen. That's the whole rule of, like, cause and effect, the law of cause and effect. Okay? For every cause, there is an effect. For every action, there is a reaction. For every energy that's sent out, there is an energy recoil, right? Or recall, right? For every karma, there's dharma. It's always balance. It's like the law of duality, like as above, so below, as within, so without, and then like the pairs or the twins, and I'm saying the yin and yang symbol. Or I'm saying the Merkaba, and I'm saying, I'm saying the Merkaba. And I don't know why I'm about to say this, but the Merkaba is just two pyramids put together. It's two pyramids put together. If not more, it's 6. I'm seeing 6 pyramids. And I don't even know if I'm accurate with that one. Look, I don't even know where that came from. I don't even know if it's from my Merkaba sitting on the window. I'm seeing 6. So 6, 6, 6, 6. The number 6. The pyramid. The seed of life. What else? I'm hearing dodecahedron. Dodecahedron is 20 hedrons. Yeah. Dodecahedron is 20 hedrons. It's 20. Dodeca. Deca is 10. Do is 2. Now why? I don't know why this is important. But maybe it is. So I'm going to share it. Okay? That is my message for today. I may record more. I don't know. We'll see. Okay? Well, peace, love, and light. Thank you for visiting and joining my channel. Oh, I recorded a video. I'm not going to upload it. I'm bringing it up, though, because it is important or pertinent, because I'm being led to do a separate reading on it for you all. However, I was told not to post that original video. Now, for some reason, it's coming back up, and it is important because it has something to do with sleeper cells. So I will be back. We're going to get on into it. Okay? Well, peace, love, and light. Peace, I share a minute say. And always remember to thine own self be true. Peace.